We are getting our first look at Warren Fullwood with Terence Williams in the backfield. Beyond hype to see what this duo can ultimately do, and that's not a good sign, okay? This is Western Michigan. That's not a good sign. With the first play out of the way, let's go ahead and see what the visiting prospects ultimately need. So Michael Lanier or Mikel Lanier needs to have 4 swatted passes or 2 interceptions today. Ricky Lewis needs 4 swatted passes or 2 interceptions today. So that's good. We can kill 2 birds with 1 stone with those guys. Then we have Tyrion May, the big offensive line with the number 10 tackle in the nation. We need to rush for over 100 yards and pass for 250. I think we're going to be good. We basically build Warren Fullwood as a prospect that will save this team. That we obviously had a mediocre year last year. We need this dude to bail us out. And good Lord, look at the poise in the pocket hitting Porter Ryan. Obviously, one of the biggest reasons why we're excited to have this dude is because this dude can get in and around and just move. And look at Terence Williams, the big fella, all 6'3". He put on some weight this year to be the full-time running back. And as you can obviously tell there, the dude is rocking number 8. Look, we didn't have a lot of seniors this season, but I think one guy that's definitely earned it with his big playability has been Terence Williams. So he will be rocking number 8 this season for the remainder of the year. And look at Fullwood again, getting out of bounds smartly. This offense has an unbelievable amount of potential, but know what they say, potential is a waste of talent. Fullwood feeling the pressure. He's rolling, had a guy open and wide, decides how to hit him, but he's going to keep this moving. Look, they are playing our receivers because they should, but Fullwood will make them pay every single time. Fullwood to Williams in the backfield, a little heavy set. Williams is going to take this one up for a couple of yards, not a lot, but we'll take the 3. A guy who I think is poised to break out this season as well is going to be Jalen Clark. This guy showed a lot of flashes last year as a freshman. I think this year coming in as a sophomore, he's going to be an absolute stud. Fullwood gets the ball out to him. Speak of the devil, this man's out here running around like crazy, gets a stiff arm in, he gets 31 big yards. Fullwood makes a quick adjustment. He's got an opportunity here, sees a guy out here moving. He throws it to Fernie, but Fernie doesn't even see the ball. The sun got in his eyes, and there's no way that Warren Fullwood is being helped off the field right now. In comes Ben Williams taking over instead of Patrick Mcdonald, who again is splitting a little bit of time at wide receiver this year. But Terence Williams has his best run of the game and goes for 11. Williams has Fernie slide over a little bit. Is it a Terence Williams? Terence Williams up the middle. We're going to get a 4-yard touchdown run. Dear God, we're hoping that Warren Fullwood is okay. But I think we'll be okay against this team. Now, the news was in about Warren Fullwood. They say he actually has a minor injury. It's a bruised knee. They say he'll be out 2 quarters. Look, this is a guy we need here for the long time, not a short time. So we're going to sub in Ben Williams, let him take over, and then when Fullwood's ready to come back, if we need him back, we'll let him get out there. The defense has also switched up a little bit this season. We're rocking a 3-3-5 primarily. We'll switch around. We got a couple of formations. We'll obviously rock 2, but the 3-3-5 will be the core formation with our new defensive coordinator. Holman doing a little bit of a QB spy here in the middle. They go right there. We got a couple of guys there. Christoph Houston, Ward, everybody's ready for him. Houston here in the middle. It's like a pass play coming up. Watching the underneath stuff. Their quarterback's out here running wild. He gets hit hard by Houston. George Fry's in here coming off the edge. Big 3rd down and 8. They're going for a screen. Our guys got caught up a little bit, and it's a huge play. What a big game for Western Michigan. They're throwing our guys down. Tony Rutledge, the defensive end, has to come all the way down. Gotta admit, it's not really what you want to see there, but it is what it is. It happened. We got to bounce back. Our guys trying to fill the gap. They got their quarterback out here running. Kendall Owens and company trying to get to him. DeMel Hill wraps him up, but that's another big game for Western Michigan. When you got a lot of guys that aren't used to playing, you got some new faces out there. This is why our AD made sure that he scheduled a game against Western Michigan, because we need to have an easier opponent to get things figured out. 2nd and 12. The QB keeper. This QB keeper has been a problem, not just in today's game, but literally forever. Cascade Valley always struggles against option QBs. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. We're playing the pass the whole way. They don't go with the halfback draw, but we got our guys ready for that when we stop them at the line of scrimmage. Was it a perfect drive? Absolutely not. But we found a way to make sure that this team didn't put any points on the board. This is a tune-up game, and just like a heavyweight boxer coming back in the offseason, we got to make sure we got a tune-up opponent in front of us. So far, so good. Little studio update, Michigan, the team up north, and LSU tied at the moment. Ben Williams coming out here looking at 1st and 10. Gonna slide Fernie in motion. Again, we know what we have from Mcdonald, but this is giving us an opportunity to see what Ben Williams has. And hey, that's a pretty good arm. Great little throw there from Williams. Again, looking pretty solid. Redshirted last season, coming out this season, getting an opportunity to see what he can ultimately do. Obviously, it helps us because it keeps him from, leaving. If for some reason Fullwood doesn't work out or he's injured long term, we got that guy as a backup. 1st down 10. Williams again making a small adjustment here. Seeing him roll out. He's got a guy, chucks it down low, and he gets Jalen Clark for a 13-yarder. 1st and 10 again. Nice little blitz coming. Clark got tangled up on that line, but he gets another grab here. This one for 11. Keeping things moving here. Williams feeling the pressure. He throws one, and that one's going to go incomplete. 2nd down. Williams again needs a little bit of time here. Throws one. He's got a guy. Patrick Mcdonald. We see you, young fella. We see you. Some people might have doubted that dude's ability to play multiple positions, but you just saw it right there. That dude went up, got himself the ball, says, excuse me, I got things to do, people to see, and grabs a make. And look at Joe Kendrick in the running back, getting 11. We got a whole lot of familiar faces in different places right now, but still, they're being productive, and you love to see it. Terence Williams up the middle, gets in the end zone, and will take the 2-yard touchdown run. So far, so good for the offense. The defense has shown, obviously, that they can get the job done, too, but we're trying to make sure that we can just play a little bit better on defense and force some turnover. Will West has honestly been really, really good today, finding his way to just make sure that little read option play is just the bane of our existence. I mean, there's some holding on this play if you ask me, but our guys just cannot catch up to this running back who gets forced out of bounds after 37. Our guys just trying to get to the quarterback right now, but these little handoffs to the running back, all these plays are huge, but what a big hit on the edge. Bringing the blitz here, they're going with a run. Houston's there, and what a tackle. Way to stop Roman Garrett at the line. Big play here, playing the pass the entire way. George Fry in the game to help out a little bit in coverage. They got some guys underneath. Isaiah Holman with a big hit, and they get 3 yards, but nothing more. Another field goal lineup here for Western Michigan. Look, they can get all the field goals in the world they want. The way the offense is moving, I believe they will score 40, 50, if not 60 points. This ball's going to be up. This one is down the middle. What an absolute laser of a kick, and they got it 6-14. Back on offense, sliding Fernie over. One of our favorite plays, a little bit of an inside zone run. Terence Williams finds plenty of room and keeps it moving for 8. A lot of people doubted this dude, but look, Williams already has 2 touchdowns. He's showing why he deserves to wear number 8. This guy's obviously great in the receiving game, too. Was a receiver when he first came to Cascade Valley. 6 minutes left here in the first half. Williams again. He's done really, really well so far in his limited time at QB, and he's finding some room. This dude's got some wheels, too. Don't sleep on him. This guy's got decent speed. Staying in shotgun. Pressure is real. We got our guy, though. We're going to find him wide open. Porter Ryan, not the fastest dude in the field, but he makes do with what he can, and he's down to the 20. Receivers out here running wild. Got our guy across the middle as Mr. Wilson running the safety over for 13. Ben Williams looked really good. 7 for 8, 109 yards. Love to see that right now. Moving under center this time. Got a guy, he finds him, and it's Porter Ryan, back-to-back receptions. The redshirt guy is ready to get things going for his career. Offensively, this team is doing what they need to do, but we need to see the defense force some turnovers. This is the one thing we have not seen. Western Michigan's moved down the field, got a field goal twice, but we need to see a big stop coming. Right in front of our faces, Fry and company make the stop, but it's 10 yards from McMervin. Will West still hasn't thrown an incomplete pass today. Every single pass he's thrown has been on the money and for decent yardage. They're finding again, the middle is wide open as Fry gets another tackle. Stanley moves in motion. Looks like a keeper this time for McMervin. He's going to keep moving out to the edge. Our guys are trying to get there. DeMel Hill does, but I mean, they just forced him out of bounds. This dude still didn't go down. If we can't stop this Western Michigan offense, we're not going to stop really any offenses out there. Johnson, we know you were a redshirt last year, but you got to make that play. This should be a pick. This season's really going to be about growth. So many young players have got to find ways to just not rely on the upperclassmen they relied on in years prior, but to be the guys that everyone else is relying on. Big 3rd down and 9, playing the pass the whole way. The quarterback's going to take off. He got a little scared there, but hey, you ain't running on Jonas Shackelford, man. That's a big dude. 6'6" will literally destroy you. Yet again, it is another potential kick for Western Michigan. This is probably the deepest one they kicked in the entire game. Kick it from about the 33-ish yard line. This one's up. It's got some distance, but it does not have the accuracy. That one's going to be missed, the first miss of the game, and we'll take it. 3 minutes left in the first half. Little underneath here. Smith is moving. Smith broke his own ankles, went out of bounds. The true freshman making plays. Mikael Smith might be one of the highest rated, I think, freshmen we've ever had coming to campus. This is an 85 overall. You love to see it. Williams out here. Sees his guy, goes underneath here to Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson cuts up the field and picks up about 9.5 yards. As a backup, Ben Williams has looked great today. He's had a lot of opportunity to really get those reps in, was doing his best last season to show that he could really be that guy. And speaking of being that guy, Terence Williams, all 6'3" of them. Make room. He's back in the end zone. Coach Mervin McMervin had a lot of reservations about putting Williams as the featured running back, but I think that dude's alleviating all the issues we have right now. What a run. We're seeing some growth from Jonas Shackelford too. Look great there, coming up in the box, making that tackle. They're going across the middle. This time we're going to see the tackle from DeMel Hill, making it 3rd down and 6. Will West has still not thrown an incomplete pass today. Perfect 8 for 8, but if he tries this down the field, it might be a little bit different. Everything he's thrown has been short or across the middle. Minute 25 left. At some change, we scored 28 here in the first half. Western Michigan, again, just trying to stop the bleeding a little bit. They want a first down. They don't want to give us a lot of clock in case we happen to stop them here. Clock's down to 3, down to 2 now. West looking for something. He's going deep. We said he's not trying as deep, and he does. What a throw to Sifo. Hey, look, we just got to be careful what we're saying on here. We said he's not trying as deep, and he throws an absolute dot down the middle of the field. Trying to get pressure on him. Still no pressure. He's trying his deep again. DeMel Hill bobbles it not once but twice, and it goes off Coleman. First incomplete pass of the game for West comes with a whole lot of time left in this game. 49 seconds left to get down to nearly a first down. Western Michigan, though, uses their first timeout here. The quarterback keeps it, a hit on him, and then Carson gets it, but Will West falls forward. What a route and what an attempt. Can this defense step up when we need him the most? 45 seconds left. Western Michigan's used 2 timeouts. Only 1 remaining. Holman gets some pressure on him. This ball's thrown, and it's an absolute dot to Ehlers. Squad needs to get something here. Western Michigan driving up the middle. DeMel Hill with the worst pursuit angle of all time, and McCammons getting in the end zone for the first time, cutting that lead to a little bit more manageable for WMU. Now, hold on a second. They're actually going to go for 2 here because of what sort of happened with them only getting field goals prior. They feel like this is their opportunity to go for 2, and they throw one. Houston is there just on the wrong side of Everett, and they get 2 to cut the lead to 14. Despite getting up that touchdown, look, things are just going to be fine. We've got a heck of an opportunity here with plenty of time on this clock. 29 seconds, 3 timeouts. We like our chances. This one's going deep to Jalen Clark, and it ends up being not the right play. Got a little confused which receiver we wanted to throw it to. Williams is in shambles, but Gaines is saying it'll be all right, young fella. It'll be all right. Western Michigan has an opportunity to cut the lead even more. Can they get some more points on the board now? Great field position and a huge opportunity in front of them. This ball across the middle. Who would have thought it? Another 16-yard gain. Playing the pass the whole way. 15 seconds left. They only have 1 timeout, which they're trying to preserve for a moment. We're trying to watch the deep route. They get another big one. Houston with the big hit, but 7 seconds remain in the clock. They're trying to get to the line now. Last play, they're not going to use the timeout. They want to go for it all. That ends up being a really dumb decision. We force them out of bounds, and they get no points here. Instead of using the timeout and doing something else, they don't. So it's a 28-14 lead. Time for the halftime show. Welcome back to the halftime show, where we just signed not 1, not 2, but 3 recruits. We talked about at the beginning of the video. As a reminder, we have Mikael Lehner, Ricky Lewis, and Tyrion May all visiting this week. But the major news is that in the first week, again, we're starting technically in week 2, but in the first week, we have signed a 5-star recruit at halfback in Juice Dawson. Incredible name. I think he's going to be a fantastic player. 88 speed, 86 acceleration. His elusiveness isn't really all that high, but he's got good trucking, good spin move, good stiff arm, good carrying all around. He also has an 88 spectacular catch, which is wild to me, and a 78 route run. So this guy should be really versatile in the receiving game, but also should be an absolute bruiser in between the tackles. Along with him, we have Deshawn Savage, who we ended up signing. This is another gem. He's an 81 overall, was a 71. He's a plus 10. He's got 87 strength, 84 pass block, 83 run block, and 78 impact blocking. We'd love to see the impact blocking be a little bit higher, but look, to get an 81 on the offensive line immediately, we're protecting our quarterback out here. We got to make sure that Fullwood or whoever is the quarterback is protected. And then the third prospect we signed is a 6'4", 182-pound Rodriguez Gibson. Look, I get that he technically has 2 last names. We're going to look past that just one time here. If we can look and see what Rodriguez has, he's an 85 overall, plus 7. Great speed, acceleration is pretty solid, high stamina. This guy's got 89 man coverage, 91 zone, and 88 press. As a true freshman, those will be his stats. I cannot wait to see this dude on the field because he's going to be a day 1 starter. That is a given. Just to give you a comparison, he would be the highest rated corner on our team today if he were to set foot on campus. Mitchell's an 83, Kendall Johnson's an 82, Jaquez Ness is an 81, Ward obviously being an 80, and Moore being a 78. We have a lot of talent here on defense, especially at corner, but they're just young, except for our senior James Mitchell. There's work to be done, and I'm hyped to have a dude at the 85 overall as a true freshman, a day 1 starter. While we have some guys that are going to make some noise this season, I don't know if we're going to quite have a Heisman candidate, but the guy who won last year, beating out Sean Stewart, Eric Scott. Again, I think we were shafted a little bit there. Eric Scott is currently the favorite. In his first week, he has 71 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 52 yards on the ground. But we also see Brandon Randall from Clemson, Peter Randall from Texas A&M, Luke Mansfield from Georgia Southern, who has been in the convo the past 2 seasons. He's been great, had nearly 3,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards last season. And then Courtney Baker, the junior quarterback out of Oklahoma. And from a top 25 standpoint, LSU and Chris Moore are sitting there at number 1. Oklahoma, Clemson, Florida, and Ole Miss are your top 5, with UNC and then us sitting there at number 7. Look, this is a great spot for us to be in. We are an unproven team. We have less than 10 seniors on the roster, not even starting. We're talking about on the roster. There are less than 10 seniors. We are an underclassmen heavy team with a whole lot of potential. Miami, Penn State, Notre Dame there as well. Iowa jumps up inside the top 15. Cal's inside the top 15 again. We're seeing Michigan and Kentucky up here leading at the very end of the overall rankings. There's tons of potential in teams that need to either prove themselves or prove that maybe they aren't as good as we thought they were. Let's go to the second half and see if we are the team we think we are. Welcome back from the halftime show. And after doing a couple of checks there at the halftime locker room, they decide that Warren Fullwood is ready to come back in the game. And look, we're going to see what he can do. We're going to try to be careful with him, but we want to see what this kid has. And to be fair, Ben Williams was great. I mean, in the limited time he got out there, that dude was absolutely torching the defense left and right. So you'd love to see what he ultimately had. We're letting Fullwood go a little bit too. He feels good. We'll let him go. Right back here with a little dive. Williams finding some room, but runs into a defensive lineman, only getting one. 2nd and 9, going to a halfback screen. This one to Joe Kendrick. Joe Kendrick out here trying to get loose, gets a nice run, and that's nearly enough for a first. Kendrick stays in the game here after taking that halfback screen. Goes up the middle here for a solid gain of, looks to be about 5 or 6. Keeping this going, 1st and 10. Marquette Renee running a beautiful route, and then he drops it. What a throw by Fullwood, but Renee dropped an easy pass. To me, that's 15 to 25 yards easy there. All he's got to do is hold on to it, but instead he drops it, and well, here we are. 2nd down. Fullwood, a lot of time. His guy stopped moving, though. He had him. He wanted to throw, but that would have been an interception because he stopped running his route. Big 3rd down, 6 yards to go. You're seeing Fullwood throwing the run. Hits an absolute dot to Jalen Clark, and Jalen Clark's out here moving. What a block from Marquette Renee. He was a featured target there. He doesn't care. He doesn't get the rock. He throws a block, and Clark is in the end zone because of it. Love to see that right there. I mean, what a play to make something huge happen. And look at their quarterback trying to run. Nate Ward says, you ain't getting past me. A little bit more QB spies probably happening this half just because we don't want to give up more rushing yards to the QB who's already been torching us. They go on a little curl route here. Johnson the wall over to make it 3rd and 5. Big 3rd and 5. Can we get a stop? Delayed handoff here. Multiple guys though, and look at Coleman get in the backfield and make it 4th and 8. Coach Mervin McMervin did his best to prove to a lot of these guys that they have the talent it takes to dominate an easy team like Western Michigan. We did not schedule Western Michigan at home of all places to come out here and lay an egg. We came out here to dominate, let some of our guys get some experience and show how good this team might be. And speaking of how good somebody might be, look at Jalen Clark flexing out here, going in the middle of the field on the cutback, and he gets 44 yards on the punt return. Hemphill was a dog, but Clark might be that dude on returns. What an unreal run on that one. You gotta love it. Going to send it deep. Clark goes up. He has it and drops it. That would have been a crazy sequence if he got it. Terence Williams in the backfield with Fullwood. A QB option here. Fullwood trying to turn the corner. Fullwood showing the speed. That's 95 speed, ladies and gentlemen. 19 yards later, the lead extends. The pressure is now on Western Michigan. We are putting up point after point. This team is just showing how good and talented they are, and Western Michigan's feeling the pressure. And to be honest, this game felt like it was within reach for a moment or two because of how poor we were playing some of our things, but all of a sudden we switched it up, and Shackelford, the man still got 3 fingers on each hand. Doesn't know how to use the other ones. This is the opportunity we're looking for. Holman's going to try to be our guy to get to the quarterback. He's a speedster. Doesn't matter. They split the safeties. The Mel Hill brings down Sean Ehlers, but it's 26 yards too late. The one thing they've been able to do is pass the football. Running the football hasn't really been their thing, but good Lord. Passing the football, they've been dominant. And as they say, they don't run. Their quarterback literally scrambles for a solid gain. Houston coming through and gets a big-time hit. What a sack on that play. Pause if needed. Love to see guys come through and just make a play. Christoph Houston, this true freshman, showing that he's really got what it takes. Him and George Fry with Holman, it's just been a really fun trio to watch out there. Rutledge hits him, he fumbles. He's going to keep moving. Fry and company get the tackle, but what another hit. Will West out here running for his life. We couldn't get to him earlier, but now the pressure is getting there. Ooh, we got a punt here for Jalen Clark. Can he get another good return? Okay, honestly, no. We probably should have let that one bounce, but you know what? We'll take the 7. Squad's back out and ready to go on offense. We've been, again, stellar, in my opinion, on offense today. Another pass here to Porter Ryan, who sneaks in through that window for 17. Warren Fullwood, 4 for 7. A touchdown, 80-some yards. It's been great. Want to see more. Floating that one over. Mikael Smith. Love to see that. Freezing a guy. Freezing another guy. Mikael Smith, you've got to be kidding me. Might be my favorite receiving touchdown we've ever seen. This team is loaded. You want to talk about a guy that's worthy of wearing Lonnie Downs' number? Mikael Smith is worthy of wearing Lonnie Downs' number. What an unreal play. Moving after the catch. just different. And now another forced fumble. This time West is just throwing the ball around. There's a lot of players that are doing an insane amount of things right now, but Tony Rutledge is really causing just so many problems for the right tackle at this moment. They're going for a halfback screen. Holman's going to try to sniff it out, and he does. What a play to get over there. To be honest, the first half was super rough, but how this team is playing in the second half shows that they really are figuring things out. They go underneath again. Ward is just hitting people so hard. They don't want to come back across the middle. Western Michigan back here to punt again. Jalen Clark ready to get things going. Pretty short punt. Thought we would have had more distance on it, but Clark looking to get out to the edge. He gets back to about the 45. Forward under center this time. Sees this guy coming back. It's Porter Ryan. This dude's route running is just on a different level. Forward's completed 6 passes for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think we made the right call. I absolutely think we made the right call. Forward's going to keep this one up the middle. Forward's going to go through, and he goes down about the 3. Back under center here, 1st and goal. Sees the guy, hits him. It's Mr. Wilson for a 2-yard touchdown pass, and we've got a 55, about to be 56-point game with plenty of time for more. Even though we're dominating and winning this game by an insane fashion, I am a little worried that maybe we're getting a false sense of confidence right now because this is Western Michigan. This is definitely a bottom feeder team. They're a school that really just gets paid to play major programs like us. Like, it costs us $200,000 to get them to come play us. It's worth it, but are we setting ourselves up for failure? We got a veteran head coach. We have a great staff. I think we're going to be fine, but it's still, you can't help but think, is this doing more harm than good? But at the same time, look at all these guys getting play time and just figuring things out and understanding the schemes. To me, that honestly feels like maybe it is worth it. I think we'll be fine. Trying to get to the quarterback. Will West, though, has just had a really good game. I know we've made his life pretty miserable, but despite these sacks we've been getting on him and the fumbles he's had, he's been good. 2nd and 15 after a big loss. See what he goes for. Got a couple of guys going underneath again, and Coleman's all over it. Western Michigan's been in shotgun for God knows how long right now. They go underneath again. Christoph Houston is there, forces the tackle out of bounds. He's been really great in his debut. A couple of issues, but mostly great. Pushing our coverage up slightly. Just making sure we keep these guys in front of us. They go for an underneath route, and that was going to go out of bounds. Stanley can't get enough yards, and we got the ball right back. Williams has had a really good game so far. I think he's still shy of 100 yards, so we're going to try to make sure he gets over that. He's had a limited amount of carries, but honestly, he's been great in the limited amount of carries that he's had. He's got over 100 yards officially now. He's turning up, and this dude is just going off. You see why he's wearing number 8. Some of you might have doubted him, but he never doubted himself. Elite speed out of the backfield, man. This dude just knows what he's doing. Forward, sees a guy, and who else but Mcdonald, and he drops the touchdown pass. Patrick Mcdonald had a touchdown and dropped it. 2nd down and 10, 3:42 left. Forward sees this guy, throws it backwards, and it's Mr. Wilson out of the 1. Forward's been 8 for 12, 194 yards, 3 touchdowns. We've had a lot of running touchdowns as well. We'd love to get another receiving one here. Out of the backfield is the fullback, Burris, Darrell Burris. That's a big fella. You better believe it. Never an easy game. Just kidding. This was an easy game. We got scared because Fullwood might have got injured, but he comes back in. 9 at 13, 195, 63 through the air, 5 total touchdowns. That's a true freshman, ladies and gentlemen. A true freshman doing legendary things. Recapping the stats. Look, this is an easy opponent, but I'm happy to see what we did. We had 4 touchdowns out here with Fullwood on 195 yards. We had 200 yards with Ben Williams. With 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Neither guy got sacked. They were just very, very good. And the offensive line was the best we've seen in a long time. On the ground, Williams goes 12 for 140 and 3 touchdowns. Major runs by him, 2 of those being 20-plus yards. Fullwood has 63 and a touchdown. Kendrick goes for 35. Robinson, Williams, and then Clark all had 1 that were all contributing. On the receiving side, we see Matt Wilson go 5 for 48 and 1 touchdown. Porter Ryan 5 for 94 and 1 touchdown. Jalen Clark goes 3 for 76 and 1 touchdown. Mikael Smith goes 3 for 108 and 2 touchdowns. We see Kendrick get busy. We also see Darrell Burris get a touchdown as well. We had so many people catch a ball today. So many people got multiple grabs today. This is the first time this has happened in a long time. On defense, Christoph Houston was good as advertised. 12 tackles for him, 4 of those being for a loss. He even had a sack. Rutledge had 7 on the defensive line. We see DeMel Hill have 5. George Fry still got busy in his new position despite not having a great offseason. He still played well today. 5 tackles, 2 of those being for a loss. From a sack perspective, we had 3. 1 by Kendall Owens, 1 by Christoph Houston, and 1 by Tony Rutledge. Interceptions, there wasn't a single one out there today, which makes me a little bit annoyed. We did have a deflection or 2. We ended up seeing 1 from Ward, 1 from Hill, and 1 from Jonas Shackelford. There is so much to love. There's some things we got to clean up, but only allowing a very bad opponent to score 14 points, I will not be mad at. We scored 69 #nice, and this team looked dominant in the entire second half. The first half had its moments, but once we had Fullwood back and this offense was really flowing, even with Ben Williams in there at quarterback, this team looks like they might just have that it factor. And if we can get it all together and keep this team healthy, the sky's the limit for Cascade Valley. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.